Hey team, Chris here. Hey, I want to tell you a little story about way back in the day when I used to work for a gym. I worked there every day, full time for 10 years, and I saw hundreds, probably thousands of people to do what we called fitness assessments and then writing programs. So the person would come in and tell me what their goals were. We do a little fitness assessment which involved those horrible skin fat calipers where you pinched their skin and measured that. You do their waist measurement and other measurements with a tape measure, write that down. Scales were optional, but most people jumped on the scales, wrote that down. We did a bike test, a VO2 max test, and a couple of other things. We recorded a starting point. The person would tell me what their goals were, and then we'd write them a program and then go show them a program to achieve their goals. Tell them how many times a week, all of that kind of thing. Standard stuff. So most of the females that come in wanted weight loss, fat loss. Some of them wanted muscle building as well, but I would have to say 95% of them wanted weight loss as part of that goal. And there was some, we'd go away and write them a program, and they'd go away and come back, and then we'd re-measure every 6 weeks. Now obviously what they do in the gym, just say someone goes to the gym 3 hours a week and there's 168 hours in a week, what they're doing for the other 165 hours is, more important. So it all just works as pieces of a jigsaw puzzle, and, weight loss and results were factored by what happened over their 160-hour weeks, repeat. Anyway, the point of my little story is some lovely ladies, a lot actually, would come in with the goal of weight loss. We'd write them a program, we'd tell them what to do, they'd come back 6 weeks later or 8 weeks later, no change, nothing's happened. Write them another program, they'd go and weigh for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, or even sometimes train with a trainer, and they'd go and do the exercises, do all the things, they said they were following the program, but we're busy and we've got busy lives, and as I said, it's about the other 165 hours a week. Come back in another 8 weeks later, nothing, no results. And this would go on and on and on. And I'm not exaggerating to say, I was there for 10 years. I'm not exaggerating when I say some clients were there for the whole time, the whole 10 years, and not achieved anything. Now, I'm not laughing at them because, this happens to us all, and it's happened to me where I've wanted to achieve a goal and nothing, not much happening. But then a strange thing I started to notice, and it happened on so many occasions that it couldn't be put down to coincidence. Some ladies would leave the gym, and then you wouldn't see them, obviously. It was a local gym, and I lived local, so you'd see them out and about shopping or wherever. So just say I ran into one of them at the local shopping centre. I hadn't seen her at the gym for 6 months, whatever it might be. Say, "Hi Mary, how you going? You look fantastic. You've lost 10 kilos or whatever it might be." Well, my first initial reaction was, oh my God, she come to the gym for so long, written a program by me, it didn't work, and now she's found some magic solution. So of course, of course I want to know, Mary, what the hell have you been doing? Tell me, so I can pass this secret on to everyone else. And Mary would say, I stopped focusing on it. I just quit the gym. It's not about quitting the gym, it's about stop focusing. What Mary would say is, I got on with my life. I stopped obsessing about the numbers and the results and the rules and the this and the that and the regulations, and I just started living my life. And what happened was that Mary, or whoever it was, would set her life up in a way that she didn't need to numb herself with food, or she didn't need to overeat, or she didn't need to do bad habits, because she set up her life up in a way that was more interesting than food. So she left the gym, she stopped focusing, she stopped obsessing and all of that kind of thing, and let it go, and just let it go a little bit, and just lived her life. And then that's when the results come, because when we're clinging so desperately and so tightly, and we must have this result, and we need this result, and we're going to be a better person if we get this result, and we're not happy until we get this result, and everything is wrapped up in it, and we cling to it, and it's too tight, it's too restricted. that often what we focus on expands. So if we're focusing on the food all the time, then we end up eating more food. If we're focusing on this wobbly bit down here, then we end up with more wobbly bits. If we're focusing on our weight, then we're going to end up with more weight a lot of the time. So sometimes just to let it go, and that's different from giving up, and it's a fine line, but once you get there, you'll know. But once you let it go and get on with your life and just, think about food when you're eating food or when you're doing your meal plan for the week. Or maybe once at the beginning of the day when you say, I'm going to eat this, and this. That's half an hour a day. It's not every minute of the day thinking about food, thinking about what's next. So think about food when you're eating food. Think about exercising when you're exercising, but not obsess about it all the time. Think about moving when you're moving, but not worried about it when you're sleeping, when you wake up. Most of the time you're just getting on with your life and living life and doing interesting things and your full and fantastic life, and just focus on those things when you're actually doing them and let it go. Anyway, it was just something that I remembered today, and it happened, as I said, it happened so many occasions that it couldn't possibly be coincidence. It happened, I don't know, a dozen times with a dozen clients. I'd run into them 6 months later, they look fantastic, and they say, I just stopped focusing on it. I stopped stressing, I stopped worrying, I stopped obsessing about it all. And it is a fine line. I teach people about calories and how weight loss works, but there's a fine line between just being calorie aware and being empowered, and then to going on into full-on obsession about it. Anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences on it all. Can you relate to any of this? Are you holding on too tightly? Are you needing it too badly? Or have you had the experience where you've let it go and then everything sort of flowed and fallen into place? Let me know. Hit me up in the comments if you're watching on the replay, and I will get back to you in the comment section. I'd love to hear what happened for you. Okay, have a great night. See ya.